We sailed so far around 4,750 miles. Otherwise it becomes extremely dangerous. Aha, shit. So guys, it's Wednesday morning. We left Monday night evening, so it's a kind of day 2 or day 3. It's very low winds. We are sneaking down the coast of Spain. So it seems that I was aware that the wind in the Med will be like that. At least it's not upwind. Day 2 on the way to Cape Town, very, very slow start. It's day 3 on the road to Cape Town. We are still in the Med. This time we have proper upwind sailing and 11 knots of wind. On everything. We are in front of Almenla, yeah, very close line. My routing software did a perfect job and predicted all the wind shift. So even if I'm slow, at least it's the short way. We are, it's Med, most probably the last 24 hours in the Med. Afterwards, we joining the Atlantic. So very calm, little bit of traffic, but not too much. So all is fine here, and I wish everybody a nice Friday. Yeah, I'm almost in the middle between Gibraltar and most probably Canary Islands. I will check later on. So today let's talk a bit about our energy for that. What you see here is an ocean volt drive. I have 2 of them. These are electric motors. I have 2 of them. The water flow here, it's better. 18 knots of wind, and we're driving with around 9 knots. Yeah, that's how it is. It's day 10 on the way to Cape Town. We are driving down here with 22 knots of wind, 11 knots of boat speed. A4 hoisted like ever. Yesterday I intended to stop behind an island in the Canaries. This was not working. There was a kind of funnel thing. And so we went through 48 knots of wind for 3 hours, so it was horrible. Totally soaked, totally tired, almost no sleep. So then I decided to turn south and postpone the fixing in the rig. So what we are doing now is really we're rowing down towards Cape Verdes. Yeah, it's a bit gusty, most probably between 18 and 23 knots of wind. And the most impact comes from the waves. It's Saturday, a bit after noon. Things calmed down. We are 500 miles from Cape Verdes away. Sailed since Valencia 2,000 miles. Now, the good thing As you can see, J2 is up again. The problem was that lashing here, which was chafing, and then the whole thing broke free in front of, still in the mud in front of Gibraltar. 35 to 40 knots of wind. Right now we are sailing again with A4 kite. It's amazing, 7 knots of wind, 6.3 knots of boat speed. It's really amazing that the boat is sailing fast with a little bit of wind, because otherwise you really have to start the engine and then you are screwed. I mean, yeah, you burn diesel, you lose safety, it's noisy and whatever. So I like Lifgun because of that, because she is sailing almost wind speed. No, almost, it's 1 knot less. So this J2 is fixed. It was it was somehow, you know, if you have to do that stuff alone, it's always a pain in the ass. But we did it this morning. Therefore, I'm totally happy. It's Saturday evening, 5:30 p.m. UTC. We are approaching the Cape Verdes. Today from inside. I would like to explain you shortly how I know where I have to sail. I mean, I could go a little bit more right, a little bit more left, but that's not the case. So what you see in front here is expedition software. It's a routing software. What happens is that I download weather 1 or 2 times a day. The weather forecast is 10 days in advance. These are different models. And combined with the polars of the boat. The polars are the speed indications of the boat. So I know, let's say, 12 knots wind, true wind angle 130, I drive 7.3 knots, whatever, you know. And this software is calculating which one is the fastest way. He's calculating like dozens of options, and condense then, in my case, that to one option, which is showed here. This is the blue line. And the green thing here are we. And as long, right now we are a little bit faster than he, so maybe we have a little bit more wind or whatever. But these 2 arrows, these 2 symbols has to be next to each other all the time. Otherwise, since also the weather systems are moving, you are screwed. So if we go a bit forward, the blue arrow will move now. You see? And what we see is that the wind will turn over the night more northerly. And this is also have an impact on my course. And the force is also changing and so on. So what I do, I following this pathway he calculates for me. Hope that is more or less clear. And see you, have a nice Saturday evening. See you tomorrow with a new update. Cheers. Hi guys, it's Monday evening around 5 o'clock. Kite with the A4, and it's a great day. Now towards the equator it becomes a little bit tricky, but we will start thinking about that tomorrow. In this 14 days we covered around 2,400 miles, I think, which is almost 4,500 kilometers. The boat is in perfect shape. I'm really super happy. It's somehow everything is working, which is almost a bit scary. Otherwise it becomes extremely dangerous. And I mean, that's most probably the biggest difference to crude sailing. However, we survived everything. The boat is awesome. Somebody told me I should mention what kind of boat it is. It's a Pegasus 50. There should be a link below and where you get to the Facebook page of Pegasus or whatever. Okay, also day 20 is 3,500 miles sailed. Now with 12 knots of wind, 7.8 knots of boat speed, sneaking east, and I think for the next couple of days it looks quite okay, so it's kind of relaxing. Hi guys, it's day 23 I think. We are around 1 degree north of the equator. And as soon as we are reaching the height of Cape Town or so, maybe a little bit before we turn left, best case we should have then a downwind passage. We will see, but at least we are out of the cloudy conditions of the ITC set. And nice weather is back again. Hi guys, it's Thursday, I think day 24 or something. Tonight it's most probably full moon, therefore we do a night session, which is maybe a bit difficult. Maybe you don't see much more than the moon. However, this morning at sunrise we crossed the equator a little bit more east than we were thinking, therefore yeah, so we are driving full speed with around 8 to 9 knots, and the sea state is okay, course is okay, and we take it from day to day. So I wish you all a very nice night, and let's see each other tomorrow. Have a nice night and cheers. It's day 26 I think, Saturday evening. So as you can see, we are sailing under J2 and full main. J1 we have 18 knots. It's not so much, but the wave state, it's incredible bad, so it's a kind of crossy, I don't know. And with the J1 it was totally uncomfortable, and the boat felt kind of overloaded. Therefore we switched to the J2. We are approaching slowly the height of St. Helena. It looks like we have to drive that direction for another, I don't know, 700 miles, I would say, 3 days, a little bit more. And then we will finally reach reaching zone again, so we can maybe, I mean, I'm a bit tired of this 90 to 25 degrees heeling all the time. But then we can sailing a little bit more downwind. The wind already, not really, should start turning a little bit during the night. So maybe we can ease off the sheets a little bit, but yeah. So I'm officially in the winter, and you won't believe it. Everything else is perfect. I don't know, nothing breaks. I'm really a bit irritated, but yeah. So we stay strong and move on, and I wish you a nice Saturday evening wherever you are, and talk to you soon. Hi guys, it's day 28. That's the 4 weeks at sea. Monday evening. We are crossing soon the 13th latitude degree, 13 degree latitude. You see, the last night was terrible. I don't know how many sail changes I made, lots. Wind from 10 to 35 knots, wow, whatever. Today we are sailing with Reef 1 and J1 with around winds from 47 apparent wind angle. That seems the best in terms of waves and impact and hit. It's quite rough. We sailed so far around 4,750 miles. And it's a bit exhausting since it's always like this tilt. This tilt makes you crazy. But yeah, what to do? 2 days more or so, and then we should go to downwind sailing again. We are trying to get in between two cores of a kind of special, a bit extraordinary high pressure system through and then turn left towards Cape Town. I woke up and I was sure the boat heels to port side because my balance system is decalibrated. Yeah. However, it was extremely exhausting the last couple of days because everything you do is just difficult, dangerous, and I mean, the only thing I need to make sure is that I'm not getting hurt or doing big mistakes. So right now we are with very little wind, but still 5 to 7 knots. We're driving south, and as soon as we pass the core of this high pressure, we can turn left. Yes, I'm really looking forward to the dinner tonight. It will be the first time since long to cook in a good way without doing gymnastic at the same time. And yeah, let's hope that the wind stays, that we can sneak in between. Hi guys, it's Saturday afternoon, day 33. We are moving on slower than expected. The wind is around 12 knots, 11, 10, 7. And the problem is that every couple of hours you have kind of squalls, whatever, which is messing up the whole weather pattern. And after, when you go through such a rain, you have a little bit more wind, and after that you have no wind, and so it's quite annoying in a way. That was also the problem in the last couple of days. It's every couple of hours you need to adjust the sail plan, and yeah. It's day 34, it's Sunday. We are back on track, sailing a bit southeast with the asymmetric up at the full main. Today I did some, we go again into the facts. We sailed so far from Valencia in one stretch around 6,000 miles, which is most probably around 11,000 kilometers or whatever. Since then, I used a generator for 62 hours, which is basically nothing, and the water maker almost the same amount of time, for 54 hours. 54 hours, and we have maybe an average production of 17 gallons per hour. Means around 3,700 liters of fresh water. It's amazing, huh? This number. Which was used for dishwashing, showering, cooking, drinking. But 3,700 liters, I'm quite surprised. It's extremely bumpy. We have a huge swell, really a huge swell. Now that's cool what she's doing now. These are the rodeo kicks. When the asymmetric is flapping and the main is flapping, then the wind masthead unit shows for a second wrong that the wind is turning because of the airflow up there. And then she does a kind of 25-degree curve and back. Anyway, I just checked on my routing. It's 1,680 miles to Cape Town, which is not that much anymore. We're around a little bit below 1,400 miles away from, or 1,300, no, 1,400 I say, away from Cape Town. We are driving here with 10 knots of speed, okay, that was it. Shit. Hi guys, it's day 38. We arrived definitely in the winter of the South Atlantic towards Cape Town. We have a little bit of current against us, but this should change in the next couple of days. Since the mess with the asymmetric 2 days ago, we are using the J1 on the outer sheeting point, as you can see there in front, which is working perfect also because of the given wind angle. So far I think we sailed 6,400 miles and will reach this 1,000 mile goal gate in about 4 hours or so. We are around 660 miles away from Cape Town, so it's maybe a little bit more than 3 days, depending on the wind. We have sailed 7,150 miles so far from Valencia until now. And we are around 35 degrees south and 4 degrees west. Okay guys, it's day 41. Today we're talking about the dark side of the moon. It's no wind. We have 8 knots and a huge swell, so the sails just banging around. So in the middle of the night I decided to lower the sails and started one motor, only one, because in the other one we caught a huge row, like 4 or 5 centimeters thick. And this morning I managed to free the prop. I will try to insert a few picks. And so now we have both engines again. And now I just want to talk about how to use engines. So the advantage of electric motors is that right now I drive with 4.5 knots or something. Yeah, 4.5 knots with 5 kilowatt of power. My generator makes 10 kilowatts, so I drive for a couple of hours, like 4 hours. Then I switch on the generator for 4 hours, and then I switch off the generator again for 4 hours. This means I'm a bit slower, but the range and the fuel consumptions goes down by half. And this is really the cool thing. I mean, if you have a combustion engine, the engine runs. I mean, if you go with 1200 RPMs or 1800, it's maybe half a liter of fuel you save. But this way, you really can extend the range incredible. And the generator who produces the power for the electric motors is running always in the optimal RPM range and whatever. It's DC generator. So it looks we are caught in this high pressure. The forecast looks not very promising, but yeah, what to do? Let's go through that. The generator stopped working, and yesterday I was working almost half of the day on to figure out what the problem is. The problem is that the actuator, which is regulating the fuel, the fuel during running the engine, it's a little servo motor, is not working anymore. This is a kind of electronic part. I cannot fix that. So fact is, we are without generator. So we rely totally on the regen thing. Right now our state of charge is 80% and charging, so I think we should be able to manage to get to Cape Town without the combustion engine. However, we are back in the wind. We are 300 miles, a bit less than 300 miles away from Cape Town. And we sailed so far, I think, 7,800 miles since Valencia. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, 40 hours more, something like that. It seems that we have wind until in front of Cape Town, then the wind collapses and we will see what happens then. So that's the update from a grey winter, late winter morning in the South Atlantic.